Today we're going to be trying to answer the age-old question of how fast can an average sim racer become, and my genius plan to become above average. But first, a little bit of context is necessary. I never really took racing games all that seriously. Yeah, I played a bit of Forza Motorsport and a little bit of Gran Turismo when I was younger, but I really never got into the online racing. It was just kind of fun to use my dad's setup and try to set good times and get medals. At this time, which was around 2010, I was addicted to another online multiplayer game. Young me was infatuated with the intellectual conversations that you would hear in these kinds of
You don't
lobbies.
even know me.
Can we
I'm
stop
talking to
running
Nancy.
our mouths?
Nancy knows what I mean.
Stop.
Calm down. Calm down.
Stop.
However, these days, I find much more joy in trying to survive turn 1 of an open lobby race. Exhibit A.
What's happened with Max?
Nothing, just an incident.
Surviving these kinds of incidents is a form of art, the art of racing. And I was hooked, and it was time to get rid of my Logitech G29 and upgrade to a more sturdier rig in which I could fairly compete and put my skills to the test. This is when we began our journey down the sim racing rabbit hole. To be honest, initially I was overwhelmed with how many options and the customability of setting up your rig. So many different wheel setups, bases and shifters, with a variety of different price points that you really didn't know how much better they were compared to the cheaper alternative. It was honestly kind of overwhelming. I didn't know if I wanted VR, triple monitor, or just use the TV I already had. Be sure to subscribe for a future setup video. I'll be doing a whole tour and explanation of all the components of it, but this is what we got for now. Wow, so finally we got all the gear. We have no more excuses for why we suck at the game, and now we can finally get to improving our racing skills. These are my current stats. Currently have 3 wins, 58 top 5s, 0 gold medals, 3 silvers, and 1 bronze for the online time trials. Not pretty, but I have a plan. I will show that later. Yeah, I'm not going to try to justify this. Just going to say that this may have been caused by racing with Shingos from Initial D, like this guy. Running into these kinds of people could have just caused me to rage, and honestly sometimes it did. It's kind of frustrating when you're having a really good race and you get taken out by somebody and then you end up deranking, losing all your safety points. Yeah, it kind of sucks. However, one perspective that I did gain from dealing with these kinds of people a lot is one fundamental truth, and that is the importance of obtaining the lucrative pole position. And that is actually one of the first fundamental points of my plan in order to improve as a sim racer. So let's get right into that. The plan. Project Speed is a 3-step plan that will help me improve and move up the ranks in Gran Turismo, and hopefully once I become fundamentally sound, I will be able to transfer over my skills learned in Gran Turismo to other sim racing games such as iRacing and Assetto Corsa Competizione. The first step of Project Speed is to qualify higher and increase overall pace. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. This is something every racer has to improve on no matter what level they're at. There's always places you can find time or break a little later. Nevertheless, your starting position is super important. This clip reiterates exactly why your qualifying position is so important. I started this race in pole position and had no traffic to fight against. Meanwhile, the rest of the chase pack was in dangerous contention for second. The race could end at any moment, while I pulled farther away. This race literally made me realize how important your qualifying position was. You want to minimize your risk in these open lobbies, and being out of the mix is a good way to do that. I plan to improve this area by doing online time trials, racing my Ghost, doing qualifying runs, and replay analysis. The second principle I want to improve at is staying out of trouble or learning how to. Not every track you're going to be able to get pole position in order to get an easy breakaway. There are other methods in order to increase your ability to stay out of trouble, essentially knowing which corners you can overtake at, which ones are not good to overtake at, knowing when to hang back, and judging if a gap is safe to overtake. I believe this skill is best developed in online races, so it's going to be a lot of tough decisions to make on the fly and regrettable replay analysis. Final point of Project Speed is knowing my limit. The race could have gone well, you've overtaken in the right spots, you had the good pace, but you still lose because you push it a little too hard on the last lap. We've all been there. This also kind of goes with understanding the car's limit as well. I plan to improve this area mostly through online time trials. The online time trials essentially give you a new car every couple of weeks to try and push to the limit on a new track. It's a good way to get a sense of what your limit is as a driver and what this new car's limit is each week. So I hope that by doing these consistently, I'll be able to quickly adapt to a new car and get a better understanding of my own limit, and hopefully in the process achieve my first gold in those online time trials. I've only gotten a couple silvers at this time, so yeah, need to get that done for my own ego. 3 main principles of Project Speed. However, there is another last principle that isn't directly related to my self-improvement, but actually related to this channel overall. Essentially, what I want to do with this channel is I want us to improve as sim racers together via replay analysis, reviewing time trial attempts, or showing my time trial attempt process, and soon, very soon, racing against one another. I hope to host Gran Turismo events in which we try to do some cleaner racing compared to an open lobby, something that is kind of unheard of. Join the Discord in the description box below in order to get the latest updates on when those racing events will be happening. Hopefully you guys are excited as I am to see the process of me climbing the leaderboards, getting some more wins, and hopefully getting our first online time trial gold. That has been the elusive one. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one, and we will truly see how fast an average sim racer can become. Like and subscribe for more. Peace.